Hey, I'm Sid, and a couple of weeks back we experimented with a new category of reviews wherein I reviewed the iPhone 5s in 2016, and the response has been phenomenal. A lot of you guys showed their support and interest in a concept like that. Hence, today I'm taking it forward. I would be today reviewing the Moto G3. It is a phone that came out last year, and there are two reasons for reviewing it right now. Number one, it is available at a much better price now. And number two, the successor Moto G4 would be available within 2 weeks. So not only am I going to tell you if or not you should be buying this phone this year, but also what the successor needs to be working on. So without any further ado, let's start with my review. So first up, as usual, I'll start with the design of the smartphone. It has got a typical Motorola design. It's got the same kind of front panel with 2 speaker grills, but only one of them works here. Plus it's got the same ergonomic shape and a texturized back, which makes it very grippy to hold. Moreover, this back can be replaced with a shell of your choice, it comes out. Plus you have the Moto dimple, which acts as a finger rest for you to hold it even better. But the highlight of this design is not in terms of its beauty, but in the protection it offers. The phone comes with IPX7 protection, which makes it waterproof. So the design of this phone overall is decent. However, the display is not that good. It is a 5-inch HD screen, but the viewing angles are not that great. Also, while the phone can get a lot bright, the blacks are not as black as on the other phones. Plus, the current peers are offering much better viewing experience for this price bracket only. So while the display is not necessarily bad, it falls short when compared to competition. But let's talk about the internals for a while now. The phone runs on a rather outdated Snapdragon 410 chipset with 2 gigs of RAM. However, I did not face any issues, to be honest, in terms of opening apps, general usage or surfing the web, or even playing games. In fact, I was surprised with the gaming performance of this phone. Even with a rather mediocre processor, it ran even the highest end games without much lags. But the strength of this device lies in its software. Just like other Motorola phones, this too runs Android just like a Nexus would, with stock look and feel. This makes the overall experience very fluid, maybe because of the lack of animations and bloat. But more so, it is already running Android Marshmallow, which is great considering there still aren't many devices that have this privilege. But that's just one side of the story. Motorola has also added some of its own features which make Google's operating system somewhat better. Maybe the most important one of these is Motorola's patent Moto display, which gives you a brief glance at your notifications by magically waving your hand over the screen or taking your phone out of the pocket. And apart from telling you the time, it also notifies you about your calls, mails and messages. So overall, in terms of software, the phone feels rather flawless. Plus it has a couple of cool gestures embedded like double chop to flashlight, which does not always work, as you can see. It will. Oh, did. And a twist wrist camera, which gives you a quick access to camera by just twisting your wrist. But the cameras themselves are not the best. With the primary camera, you can shoot some great photos in the daylight, and the HDR mode is actually awesome on this phone. Yet, when you take the phone indoors, it feels below par. And clicking pictures in low light is a joke. Though flashlight helps a bit, you cannot make out objects at all in lowly lit scenarios. Here is how the camera compares to the current competition. Turning to the front one now, it is fine. It gets the job done for the most part, but don't have any high hopes from it. So clearly, cameras are not the strength of this phone. But now let me tell you very quickly what else does this phone have to offer. It's got dual SIMs, it's got 4G, it's got USB OTG, and it's got an FM radio too. Plus, calling on this phone is exceptional. The noise cancellation really does the job well. And the last thing I want to talk to you about is the phone's battery life. It's average. The phone can last a day for me if I use it very judiciously. But if I use it with my normal usage, which involves playing a couple of games, watching a couple of videos and being at least for a couple of hours on phone, then the battery gets drained within 6 hours. The worst thing here is that it does not have fast charging. So that sums it all about the Moto G3, and now it's time for my verdict. But before that, there are a couple of things you need to know that Moto G3 does not have. Apart from fast charging and a Full HD display, the phone does not have an NFC, neither does it have an IR blaster, nor does it have a fingerprint scanner. So the question is, should you buy this phone in 2016? The answer, well, no. Maybe performance, battery life, processing, gaming, Redmi Note 3 looks like a better alternative, and so does Le1S Eco. Plus, if waterproofness and stock Android is your prime concern, then going for a Moto G Turbo Edition seems more prudent. But don't get disheartened, Moto G4 is likely to get launched on 17th of this month only. And if you want the Motorola brand name and the features that come with it, you should by all means wait for that smartphone. But aren't you curious to know what all the new Moto will pack? Well, I was, and hence I made a small video on what to expect from it. Be sure to check that one out too. Meanwhile, if you have any questions or recommendations, post them in the comment box below. And if you want me to review a particular phone in 2016, mention that one too. Also, more importantly, if you haven't already, do subscribe to our channel. And also like and share this video too. I am Sid and I'll see you soon. Ciao.